back into the NBA playoffs with our great friend, our personal friend, ESPN NBA analyst Tim Legler. Tim, let's start with this. We'll start with the early game. The Celtics and the Sixers are now tied 2-2, heading into Game 5 tonight in Boston. It's pretty much been James Harden's series so far. When he's been really good, his team has won. When he's been really bad, his team has lost. How do you explain the sort of wild ups and downs of James Harden?
I wish I had the words to describe it, because you're talking about these fluctuations, and I really don't think I've ever seen a player on his level with that kind of talent. You're talking about an MVP of the league with that great a disparity between floor and ceiling in the same series. I mean, it's when he's been good in this series, he's been the best player in the league, right? In 2 of those games, he did things that only he could do because of his style of play, the strength, the handle, the shooting ability, the ability to get to the lane, and then the passing ability, which is a critical part of what he does. And then on the nights when he hasn't been very good, it's not even a winning formula for the Sixers. You can't overcome it because he's got the ball all the time. He loses aggressiveness. He doesn't look confident. He doesn't even read situations properly when he should shoot and when he shouldn't. And he's had moments like that in the postseason before, and it makes you wonder, is he going to be able to find what he needs to give him a chance? I give him all the credit in the world for Game 4. Game 1, I actually thought Embiid not being there took the pressure off of him, and he relaxed. Nobody was expecting him to win that game. He tested the waters early. He found his jumper. He said, you know what, if you're going to play me this way and I can have certain matchups, I'll go ahead and have a big night. 2 and 3 were some of those moments where you scratch your head. Game 4 is the one that I'm surprised by. I didn't know if he had that in him after 2 and 3. He was incredible in that game, and he's now made he's downsized this series to a best of 3, and they've got a legit shot because they've got 2 incredibly dominant offensive players.
All right, speaking of 2 and 3, people are both excited and on edge out here in the desert, Tim, for tonight in Denver with the Suns and Nuggets. And the Suns have won 2 straight games, been very impressive, although both those games were in Phoenix. I thought they could have been doomed when Chris Paul went out of the series. How is Phoenix doing this without him?
Yeah, I was also really concerned when he went down because he organizes things. Now, there's not as much pressure on him when this team to score the way he has in the postseason, but the floor leader, right? The security with the basketball, taking the pressure off Devin Booker so he doesn't have to handle it against pressure and get 30. Right now, Devin Booker's got the ball in his hands all the time, and I thought it was going to be a problem, but here's ultimately what's going on in this series. First, you're watching a guy on one of the great postseason runs any of us have ever seen. Booker was already a great player and a great scorer, certainly. Kevin Durant has now taken his game to a completely different level because of the gravitational pull that he has on defenses. When he's got the ball on one side of the floor, the way defenses shift, when it comes out and gets to the other side, Devin Booker has more room, more comfort zone than he's ever had. And he's got the skill to take advantage of it on every platform. So you're watching now the best offensive tandem in the NBA playing together. So that's first to how you turn this around. But there's been another change. Like Denver all year lauded as maybe deepest team in the league. If not Boston, you take your pick. Phoenix mortgaged all of their depth to get Kevin Durant. Where are you going to go to off your bench, right? Well, look at what's happened in the last couple of games. Phoenix's bench has been fantastic. Landry Shamet basically helped them win that game. Denver's just been okay. That's where, if I'm Mike Malone, I'm calling those guys out and challenging my bench in the film room to have a greater impact, particularly in those home games when role players are felt. But that's really what's turned it around. Booker and Durant have been unstoppable, and their bench has come through in a much bigger way than we thought they could.
I will get you out of here on this. Ask for a relatively short answer. The Heat beat the Knicks last night. They are now up 3-1. Why is Miami playing so much better than people thought they would or could without Tyler Herro and Victor Oladipo?
Well, I think some of it is, to be fair, a little bit the path. They got a Milwaukee team without 2.5 games with Giannis Antetokounmpo. So let's be fair about that. Now, Miami's a great defensive team. They've got good balance. Jimmy Butler's been incredible in what he's done with his scoring. But that's helpful, right? Getting 2.5 games without Giannis. Now you get a Knicks team that doesn't have a superstar. They just don't have quite enough to challenge a team like Miami that's got depth, and they're incredibly well coached and connected. We won't really know how good the Heat are till the next round. They're either going to get Boston or Philly. You're going to have to then bring it on both ends at a level we haven't even seen to this point to be able to win that. So I'm still reserving judgment on how exactly good this team is. But I'd say my number one answer would be Eric Spoelstra. He's one of the sharpest minds in the game. He has been going back to probably year 2 in Miami when I first realized how smart he was. They don't miss any details. They are so locked in on what they need to do on both ends from a game plan perspective. I give Spoelstra all the credit for that.
Thank you, Tim. Great pleasure for us. Thank you very much.
Appreciate it, Tim.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.